Hello, my name is Lindsay Bates, and I'm super excited to share with you um, for World Tour this year. I have been with Scentsy since 2006, and I have been through a lot of experiences over the years that have shaped me into the person that I am and has shaped my business into um, the way that it is as well. I have three kids. My oldest is a freshman in college, and I have a junior in high school and an eighth grade boy. So two girls and a boy. And I'm married to my husband. We'll be celebrating 20 years this year. Um, so we have been through a lot over the years, and I'm excited to share a little bit of my story along with my perspective in this business. So my topic for today is look out for others. In this topic, it talks a lot about when you're facing challenges yourself, how did those experiences help you become more empathetic and understanding and compassionate towards others as they go through their experiences? As you all know, we are in a people business. This is what we do. We work with people. And so we have to be able to come to understand and learn relationships and how those work and how we can serve others and how we can help people in business and in life, really. Because as much as we all love candles, the culture of Scentsy and the friendships that I have made over the years has been the thing that has really helped carry me through and helped push me to want to do and be more with my personal life and with Scentsy. Um, so when I started Scentsy, I had an 8-month old and a 2-year old, two little girls, and they were very busy. And I had no idea what I was doing. Ultimately, I started reaching out. I had a friend that was in another direct sell company that shared some great business tips with me when I first started. She said, you really need to get out and get to know people and meet people and network and connect with people. And that's how your business will grow. So that's exactly what I did. I started doing events, I started doing parties, I started sharing Scentsy with everyone and anyone that I came into contact with. And as I did that, I began to develop relationships with people, people that I wouldn't normally have met along my lifespan had I not had something that I loved so much that I wanted to share with others. So as I did this, I started to learn and understand the compensation plan a little bit more and understood the impact that it could have on my life and my business. Probably 3 years in the business, we had been through some rocky things um, in our family, and it got to a point where I had to make a decision. Um, I was making as much money as I was spending, and it wasn't serving its purpose as I had hoped. And I had to make a choice to either work my butt off so that I could continue to increase my income, and I had to stop spending so much money on things that were not necessary in the business so that I could actually make a little bit of money. And this is where my perspective in this business changed because I realized that a lot of consultants are in this same space where they are not making ends meet with this business, and they're maybe even spending a little bit more than they're making, and that's not ultimately what we want. um, so I really took that to heart, and I really tried to be intentional with what I was spending my Scentsy money on, because as Orville says, don't spend your family money on Scentsy, spend your Scentsy money on Scentsy. um, I think that's right. Something to that effect. I'll have to look that up. um, but spend your Scentsy money on your family. Don't spend your family money on Scentsy, something like that. Anyway, um, hopefully you get the gist of it. But I realized that I had to kind of shift my focus a little bit and make my mission and my desire to be for others to achieve more than they were achieving. So, in a sense, looking out for others so that they could achieve more through this business than they were. And so, as I started to shift, my business started to change. I had earned annual sales award for, gosh, I think 8 years in a row. Um, and at a certain point where, I was spending more than I was making, I realized I'm spending more on things that are good and very beneficial for my business, but they're not what I want to do. They're not where I want my business to go. I want my business to thrive and flourish and grow and be something so big that I don't even know what is happening. And so, and that really revolves around the relationships that we have with our people. So I stopped earning annual sales award by choice because I knew that the relationships in business far outweighed the benefits in the long run versus earning annual sales. I learned that helping them achieve what they want to achieve and helping them accomplish the goals that they wanted to accomplish was more important than me earning the annual sales award. When I realized that, that's when things started to shift. My time was not spent selling, 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 delivering, delivering, delivering. Yes, those are good things. Yes, I still do those things. I still sell $2,000 a month, you guys. I've been doing this I'm in my 17th year and I still sell $2,000 a month, but I don't bust my butt trying to sell $2,500 a month or $3 or $4 or $5,000 in a month like I used to, because I know that the relationship side of this business, where we're looking out for others, the value in the long run far surpasses the value of earning annual sales award for me. Now, I'm not saying stop trying to get annual sales if that's what you're trying to do, but I will say if you're wanting to make this business long haul and changing your life forever and ever, you have to find a balance. Some people, and many of you, can do both. I personally could not. I had to make a choice because I was still being a mom at home and raising my kids and being a wife and spouse and trying to do things together as a family. And I couldn't manage all of it well. I couldn't. And so shifting my focus made all the difference in my business. Looking out for others and helping them achieve what they want to achieve made all the difference. There have been high highs in business and there have been low lows in business. And the high highs are really amazing and awesome. And the view is fabulous. But after every high, there comes a low. And we maybe are feeling that a little bit right now with post hyper growth over the past 2 years. But the great thing about the lows in business is that they provide opportunity for us to grow and to strive and to accomplish and to get out of those lows. Some people give up in those moments. Some people have a hard time getting through and working through the hard because it can be just too unbearable. And as hard and as sad as that is, it it is different for everybody. Pushing yourself through those dips that we experience in business is really important. How you do that, it's up to you. But what I always tell my team and my group is it doesn't matter what you do, it just matters that you do something. You could have a list of 10 ideas of things you could do to market a product or to get some parties. But if you don't do anything with that list, then nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to change, and you'll still be in that low where you're at. I've been in those lows and in those hard times where it's maybe like the 10th of the month and I don't have any sales. Very, very few times. And only because I know that I rely on this business for our family's income. It is 100% supports our family and has for the past, gosh, 13 years probably. So I know that it is the thing that is providing food to be nourished by me and my family. It is what is providing necessities for our family to live. And so I know I have to do whatever it takes to get my sales. And I'm willing to do and to help whoever wants to do the same within my team and my group. We have to take the time to build relationships with our customers and with our team members. Our customers are the bread and butter of our business. Having a solid foundation and a solid working group of customers is vital. You can't rely on the same 10, 15 people to maintain your sales. You need hundreds of people to help maintain, because some purchase during certain times of the year and some purchase during other times of the year, and some are super consistent and some you haven't heard from in a decade, possibly. So building and keeping those relationships is really important to helping your business to continue to grow and thrive. Hosting parties is something that during COVID we weren't doing, but ironically during COVID our sales were way higher than they have ever been to date. Yes, people were home. Yes, people were more aware of what's going on in the homes and the smell of their home even. But you know what was different than what we're doing now, in my opinion? It's the connections that we were making, the time that we had to make connections with those customers, the opportunities that we had to have communication with them, the opportunity that we had to just share in this tough time of life together, and providing a little bit of light and love and kindness to those in our community. How different would our business be today if we were still doing that? Yes, I understand we're all busier now. Yes, I understand that people are back to work in person, but it doesn't mean we have to change how we interact with our customers. Our customers are so, so important. And I know that as you build those relationships with them, share experiences with them, take time to listen, that those relationships will continue to grow and flourish. When I think of the phrase, look out for others, I always think of people that might be in danger or people that might be struggling with something. I think of it more as a rescue type of situation. And that's not to say every situation that we are in is like that. But I want you to think about maybe your 3 closest people in your life. Could be a spouse, but they all can't be living in your house, okay? So think about the people that live around you, or the people that you connect with most regularly. oftentimes there's silence. And oftentimes silence is a trigger that, oh, something might be going on and I need to reach out to them. There are things that we do as people, as human beings, that we um, outwardly tell people that something is going on in our life that's hard to deal with right now. And they are sometimes verbal, sometimes they're nonverbal, but there are things that we do that show people around us something's off, right? So as I have built my business and worked with consultants for years, I have experienced this. I personally have these things um, that I do that people are like, "Hey, what's going on? What are you doing?" Or "I saw this. Are you okay?" Or whatever, right? But we have to be able to identify and to help people get through the hard things that they're getting through. You have to be able to be in a situation and be able to read if someone's feeling uncomfortable or if someone's feeling happy and feeling super excited. We have to be able to read those nonverbal cues, if you will, when we're trying to help people and as we look out for others in business. I personally have a few fears in my realm, in my world, and one is abandonment. I have a fear of abandonment. If you don't know what you're afraid of, I have this great book. It's called The DNA of Relationships by Gary Smalley. He is an amazing author, and I learned so much about myself and about others through listening and reading this book. I learned that I have a fear of people abandoning me. And in this business, over the 17 years that I've been in business, there have been thousands come and go in business. And that's a fear of mine. There are hundreds of consultants probably in my downline that don't maybe connect with me as a leader, or they have kind of built a little bit of a gap between us for whatever reason, I don't know. Um, and that is a fear of mine. I'm afraid of people coming and being in my circle and then leaving. The only thing I can control personally, because of that fear that I have, are my own thoughts, are my own feelings, and my own actions. People are going to come and go in business. We know this, but people are going to come and they're going to make an impact on you, and you're going to make an impact on them. And the people that choose to stay in Scentsy, the people that choose to envelop themselves in the Scentsy culture and community are your people. And I can't control what others do. I can only control what I do. So if people aren't connecting with me as I'm trying to help them, I can't control that they don't maybe like my style or my delivery of how I share things. I can't control that. And I've had to learn through this process of growing and developing as a person in business that I can't be that person for everybody in my organization or in my Scentsy family. I can't control what they choose to do. I can only control what I choose to do. So as much as we love and we care and we try to help everybody feel included and a part of something bigger than themselves, it can get tricky. It can be really hard And people are going to leave. People are going to choose to not even work with you, even though you may be their sponsor. But you can't look to them to make you happy in your personal life. You can't look to them to measure your success or your failures. If I were to look to people that have come and gone in business to measure my success or failure, I would say that I'm a failure, because I have had more people leave the business than probably have stayed. I didn't run those numbers. I'm just logically thinking of like people I've personally sponsored. Did they leave because of me as a person? No, they probably didn't. But those that stayed and those that are still here with me with Scentsy, there are core memories that we have shared together that help us connect as people and help us realize when things are hard and when things are great, and to celebrate when things are awesome, and to help each other through some of the muck and yuck in life. And even in Scentsy, right? We can't change other people. We can only change ourselves and how we respond to people. So as you look out for other people in your business, and as you grow and become a more better, greater, amazing version of yourself, you have to know yourself. And you personally have to have a full bucket, for lack of a better term. You have to be inspired so that you can then inspire people. Your customers, those relationships that you have with customers, are vital to your business. Looking out for them in the community, in your area, is what we need to do. Building relationships with our customers is core, right? Your team, creating memories with each other as you're doing potentially at World Tour today. And I'm not oblivious to think that some of you are by yourself. But guess what? Someone sitting right next to you could be feeling the same as you, as if they are by themselves. And if you have so much to offer people, you do. I'm not saying if, you do have so much to offer people. So you need to make an effort and to reach out to people. You need to raise your hand and be like, I'm here by myself. And someone's going to look out for you. And someone could be looking out from you from afar. I have a lot of people that are going to World Tour all over the world, and I'm not able to physically be there with them. But am I looking out for them and cheering them on and hoping they have an amazing day? Absolutely. And I hope that the relationships that they build at their World Tour is just as impactful as the relationships that we have. I know and I understand that it can be hard as you deal with the struggles that you deal with in your personal life. That fear that is embedded in me deep, um, it pops up every now and then. And what gets me through to the next stepping stone, if you will, is that determination that I am stronger and I am smarter and I am wiser than these internal fears that I have. You can accomplish more than what your mind oftentimes tells you. That's one of the hardest things that I have to wrap my brain around. I'm a doer, I'm a goer. I accomplish my task list every day if I can. Some days I don't. Some days it goes to the next day, right? But despite those struggles and those challenges that I face personally, I have to keep going. That internal struggle that I had with making this choice of I'm never going to walk the stage for annual sales award, maybe. That was a real struggle for me. And to submit my will to my desire of building a strong team and a strong group to achieve something greater than the annual sales award, was it worth it? 100%. Would I do it again? 100%. Was it harder than anything I've ever done? 100%. Realizing that my focus needed to shift and making that conscious effort to shift it was business changing. It altered the course of my business. Now, you might not have something similar. It could be on a smaller scale, or it could be even on a bigger scale, honestly. But we all have things in our life and things in our business that cause us to struggle. And we have to push through those things, because what you're looking for further down the road is greater than what you could be getting now from that said thing that you're doing, right? If I could give you one piece of advice, and this is something that is nothing new to the direct selling industry, but it's perspective in what this business can do for you. You ultimately have to work like nobody else works. You have to bust your butt and you have to show up every day. Your boss isn't going to be there telling you what to do every day, right? We're our own independent consultants, but you have to show up every day. You have to be the one to make the list and check off the list. And you're going to work like nobody else works. You're not going to worry about what Susie's doing over here, what Sally's doing over there, what Tom and Harry are doing. We don't worry about them. We worry about ourselves. And we're going to work like we've never worked before, because we want to, in the years coming, be able to work like nobody else. I can't imagine my life without Scentsy. The opportunities that it has provided for my family have been beyond any of my wildest imagination. I can't imagine what life would be like. Cynthia has provided the way for us and my family to live the life that we live. I don't have to miss any sporting events. I don't have to miss any bedtime routines if I don't want to, any drop-offs if I don't want to. We've been able to travel freely as much as we want to. We have food on our table every day and don't have to worry about it. We've accomplished more in the past 17 years than I think we ever would have without Scentsy. It has the power to change your life, but the only one that's holding on to that power is yourself. And as you go through obstacles and struggles in your life, you will come to realize that you can accomplish the hard things. You can do the hard things that are going to make the biggest impact on your business. Me, stop worrying about earning annual sales made a dramatic impact on my business. Everybody's thing is different, but you have to know that there's something in your way. There is something that's holding you back from making a huge impact on your business. I don't know what it is for you. You may need to talk to your sponsor or your upline or your superstar director or Jason or Sarah or I don't know, me even. But as you focus on that and as you realize what is going to have the biggest impact on your business, you have to know what's holding you up. You have to know what your fear is. You have to know that it's okay if people come and go in business. It is not a reflection of you as a person. You have to know that what you do matters and that your Scentsy team and your Scentsy family is better because of you and all of our quirkinesses that we have, because we all have them. But that's what we love most about each other, are our quirky little things that we do. Take time to think about what you're going to do to help yourself get through the hard. And maybe you're sitting in it right now. And it could be a gamut of things. But I want you to think about, what am I going to do? What steps am I going to take so that my business can grow and flourish? I can tell you, the relationships bring the most joy and happiness in my life, but they also bring the most heartache. But is it worth it? 100%. It is 100% worth it, because you have to know why you're doing this. And if it wasn't clear, my why is pretty strong. It's the 3 children that my husband and I share and the family that I have. And it's all of you. So take time to think about why you're doing this. And then take time to think about the others outside of you and the impact that you can have on them and the impact that they can have on you, because the power that can come through relationships and connecting with each other is powerful. These events are life and business altering. You may not see it right now, but after going to reunions and world tours and leaderships and summits and all the things, incentive trips for the past 17 years, I live and breathe for them. They are the bread and butter. They are life-changing and so fulfilling. But you have to have the right mindset. You have to come ready to and eager to learn and to grow. So take personal responsibility for your business. Take responsibility for yourself and make an effort to look out for others and help them along their journey as they help you along yours.